Demon Balor Club has come to the Ultimate Edition line. Hey, what's up everybody, this is Karek and welcome to another video review. And today I'll be reviewing the WWE Ultimate Edition, the Demon Finn Balor. If any figure was going to get the Ultimate Edition treatment at some point, it was going to be this man, the Demon Finn Balor. And just wow, the pictures of this figure online do not do this figure justice. This is a figure that needs to be seen in person to realize how freaking amazing this figure is. Anyways, and we'll discuss that more as the review goes on. Now, first things first, take a look at the Ultimate packaging first. Anyways, at the bottom, Ultimate Edition, Ultimate Articulation for authentic posability, but not quite on this figure because there's a part of his posability that is messed up on this figure, and I'll get into it later. There's Finn Balor at the top. Ultimate Edition, Balor, of course WWE logo. On the side we got a picture of the Demon King himself. On the side, same thing, Ultimate Edition, Finn Balor. And in the back, we got a picture of the figure. Ultimate Edition, Finn Balor has a picture of him from the event, which, if my knowledge is correct, SummerSlam 2018, when he dominated Constable Baron Corbin. Also his stats, you can pause right there if you want to read, and his bio, you can pause right there if you want to read. And that's about it for the Ultimate packaging. So let's open up the Demon and see what we got. We'll be right back. Alright, so here we have Finn Balor open up and out of the package. And wow, this figure is amazing. I mean, look at this thing. This figure is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, Mattel, they definitely took what he looked like that night at SummerSlam when he faced Baron Corbin and brought it to life here in the Ultimate Edition series. It just looks freaking amazing. Like you need to see this figure in person to really appreciate and see how freaking amazing this figure is. All right, let's take a look. All right, first up, we'll take a look at the accessories. Of course, he comes with a pair of interchangeable hands. He has these standard gripping hands, and of course, his default hands are like the more open hands. I guess you could say they're kind of like claws, so you can make him look like he's crawling, during his entrance. Of course, he has an alternate head with his tongue sticking out, which looks pretty nice. And also, be careful when you're buying this figure in the store, because a lot of people have had issues with the paint on both heads kind of chipping off in the box. Like some of it might be a little scratched off. So that's why, if there's more than one, take a look at all of them and find the one that was in the best shape. That's what happened with me when I picked up this figure recently. There's two of them. One of them was like really scratched up. Then the other one is basically the one I have here. So I got the one that was in the better condition. Of course, he comes with his headdress, which is a different mold than the one that comes with the other Demon Finn Balor figures like Elite 59, Elite 46, and Elite 41. As you see, it's a different mold. And I like this mold better because the tassels are a little bit longer, and it looks more like the actual headdress that he wore, that he wears every time he brings out the Demon King character. So pretty nice. Of course, he has his arm tassels, and what I love is that the grip is much better, so they're not like extremely loose like the other Demon Balor figures are, and the tassels actually rotate, which is pretty nice. They are removable, so be careful of that. And also the tassels on his biceps, you might have to put those on when you take them out of the box, but mine, they were already attached, but a lot of people, they've had to put them on when you take out the box, and that's a pain in the butt to get those in there. Speaking from experience with the Ultimate Warrior, because I did the same thing with Ultimate Warrior on his biceps and his knee pads. And those just come off pretty easy. There we go. And last but not least, a fabric. I'm not sure what this is, a quilt or something. But I think this is called a sash from what Ringside Collectibles tells me, but I can't confirm that because I'm not familiar with it. And it is Velcro removable, so it can come off just like that. Oops. It's a very nice cloth material. It's actually very soft. because it's very soft. That's probably the softest material they've ever used for a cloth accessory. Alright, so here is the Demon King, Finn Balor. Ready for action. Head scan, pretty awesome. Looks just like Finn Balor. I think we've seen this head scan before with the Elite Series 70. If I bring in the Elite Series 70. I don't know, it's very similar. If it's not the same head scan, it's pretty close to it. I know the one with the tongue is actually a new head scan. We've never seen that before. Alright, detail on the demon paint is really, really fantastic. He's got his little teeth on his back there, and the tongue on the front. The flames on the front of the trunks and the back. Got the teeth on the knee pads. However, there's actually a space. On some of these, there's actually space in between the teeth. Mine seems fine, but a lot of these, there's actually a big space in between the teeth, so that's another thing to look out for when you find this figure. And the standard black boots. Now, as I mentioned, like I said, you might have to put these tassels on his biceps on when you take them out of the box, but at least with mine, they were already on there. And it is a pain in the butt to put those on. Because speaking from experience with the Ultimate Warrior, is like the holes are so small, but the pegs are so big, it's like hard to squeeze that in there. So just a little heads up for you. And also, you heard me mention that the articulation isn't the best on this figure, and that is the torso. You can barely move it. I mean, when you move the torso forward, that's as far as you can go. Legit, that's as far as you can go. Now, when you move it back, it's decent, but when you move it forward, it's terrible. Whereas if I bring in the Elite 41 Finn Balor, if I use the ab crunch, it moves about that far forward, so it's much better. And these figures are supposed to be the most articulated figures that Mattel has ever produced. So the fact that this figure actually limits the articulation in his chest is just unacceptable. It's disgraceful. So that really sucks. Anyways, for a little comparison here, here's with a couple other Demon Finn Balor figures I have. Here is the Elite Series 70 from TakeOver London. And the Elite 41. See, I'm not going to dig out all of my Demon Finn Balor figures like I did last time. It's just too much of a hassle. Articulation, aside from the chest area that I mentioned, it's pretty much what you'd expect with an Ultimate Edition figure. It can rotate 360. It can look down. It can't really look up. Arms will rotate 360. They can go in and out. Dang it, the arm came right off. I don't know why the arms come off. I've never actually had that problem before. These Ultimate Edition figures. It sucks. Rotated the bicep. Double jointed elbow. Swivel of the wrist and hinge. Of course, has the upper torso joint, as I mentioned, can go all over the place. Like I said, it limits the articulation in the front. Swivel waist. Legs can go forward about that far. And back to the original position. They can go in and out. Rotate at the thigh. Double jointed knee. Swivel at the boot. Has the hinge ankle, but it's very tight. Slight ankle pivot and also toe articulation. But of course mine is very, very stiff. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Moves down pretty far and up pretty far. So you can get really nice poses, especially if you're going to make him crawl during his entrance. You can make him, like that. So overall, this is a fantastic figure. Like I said, aside from that torso issue and the fact that these tassels on his biceps are a little difficult to get on there, other than that, it's an excellent figure. Definitely one of the best figures in the Ultimate Edition line. So overall, this is a fantastic figure of Finn Balor. I mean, Mattel, for the most part, they pretty much nailed it with this figure. The only real issues with it is the tassels on his biceps are a little bit difficult to get on, and also the limited articulation in the torso. But other than that, it's a fantastic figure. They pretty much took what he looked like that night at SummerSlam and brought it to life in this Ultimate Edition figure. So I love the accessories, love the detail on it. I mean, they pretty much succeeded my expectations, for the most part, of a Demon Finn Balor figure. I mean, as soon as the Ultimate Edition line was actually announced, I was like, if one figure is going to get the Ultimate Edition treatment, it's going to be Finn Balor. With all the crazy headdresses and tassels that he wears during the demon entrance. And also the detail as well. So aside from those few from those few complaints, it's a great figure. So if you are a Finn Balor fan, and if you can find this figure in the store, or if you can get it online for a good price, definitely pick this figure up. It's just a great figure overall. And like I said before, the pictures do not do it justice. You need to see this figure in person to really see and appreciate how amazing this figure is. So I'll give this figure an 8.5 out of 10. I did knock a couple points off because of the torso, because it's a big part of the figure. But other than that, fantastic figure. Pick it up if you see it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links are down below in the description. Check those out. And also, let me know, what figures do you want to see made in the Ultimate Edition line? For me, I'd like to see maybe Jeff Hardy and Macho Man Randy Savage, and maybe a regular version of Finn Balor when he's not, the demon. So I'd like to see that. So basically, regular Finn Balor, Macho Man, and Jeff Hardy. Those are my picks for Ultimate Edition. What are your picks? What figure would you like to see made in the Ultimate Edition line? Anyways, that's about it. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.